This is the 2026 Cadillac LYRIQ Premium Sport, and in today's Vehicle Visionary video, we're going to give you the ultimate tour. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. When you look at the front end, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's a Cadillac, not only by that prominent Cadillac badge right there in the center, but the overall design. We'll start right here with our headlights and daytime running lights. You have that cascading design right here, and everything has some illumination to it. You may not be able to see as much of it in the video. It's overcast, but we still have a little bit of light that's kind of preventing us from seeing all of that, but you can see some of the illumination that works its way here. Now obviously that's not a real grille because this is an EV, but you do have the lower section down here that's going to allow some air in, and we're going to have our forward facing camera. That front view camera will be right down here, kind of blends in almost. You don't know it's here, you might not see it, and we'll work our way around as we take a look at everything. Now you can go all-wheel drive, but this one's going to be rear-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, and 20-inch wheels as far as this model goes. You do have a matte finish here, kind of a different thing. A lot of people might associate more of a gloss finish like we have with the fender surround with a Cadillac, but this is going to have that matte gray finish right here. I think that looks really nice, a nice dark finish. We'll work our way up. We're going to have the Cadillac logo right here displayed on the fender, and a similar design right here on the mirror caps to what we saw on the front end. Everything kind of just working its way around and having that consistent look to it. Turn signal indicators are going to be built in. I'm going to turn those on just so you can see that. Your turn signal indicators built in right there, and these are going to be heated, power adjustable, and power folding side view mirrors that are also going to have blind spot monitoring built in right there. Let you take a look at that. And then we're going to have our door handles that deploy when you unlock the vehicle. When you lock it, they're going to go back in. That's going to take care of business for you. We're going to have this black roof up here that really helps with the contrast. I like that. It looks nice. As we work our way back, nice large windows. Got that rear window or rear roof spoiler, your shark fin antenna up top, and your lighting elements actually start right here and work their way down. And the thing I like here is that it doesn't go all the way across, but it goes partially into this area. I think that should go all the way across personally, although you do have the camera right there. So a little bit of a break may be needed where that's concerned. We're gonna have all of our different logos here, the LYRIQ logo, name of the dealership right there. We're at Or Cadillac for today's video, and the number right here that tells you what model this is. Now, obviously we're gonna have more lighting elements even into this area right here, and quite a bit going on with a good bit of gloss black. So we're going to have the gloss black bumper, sensors just like we had on the front, a lot of great safety features and driving aids. How about the details of horsepower, torque, charging times? Let's talk about all of that. One thing that might be a little bit of a surprise here is the fact that you don't have a front trunk, but you can take a look at what is here. Let's talk about our numbers. Horsepower on this model, 325 pounds-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds with the top speed of 120 miles per hour. How about your MPGs? 98 city, 80 highway, 38 kilowatts per every 100 miles driven, 89 MPGs combined, and a driving distance of 319 miles on a single charge. Now, let's talk about our details as far as charging goes. Your charging times, if you go with the level 1, that's 120 volt, a full charge is going to take about 40 hours or more. That's pretty rough, 3.4 miles per every hour. Now, level 2, a little more favorable. We're looking at a full charge in 4 to 10 hours and 31 miles per every 1 hour of charging. In a best case scenario, DC fast charging, we're looking at 10% to 80% in between 30 and 45 minutes. And here are some real world information as far as your expectations go. Overnight at home, you'll wake up to a full battery. Road trip, 30 to 40 minutes will get you back about 80%. And your last 20%, 80 to 100%, takes much longer. It's something to keep an eye on or to consider and be aware of, that last 20% 10 to 20% is going to take the longest. You can get to that 80% pretty fast, so plan accordingly. And if you're searching all around figuring out where is my charge port, it's actually right here. So we're just going to push the Cadillac logo right there, and down it comes. So you're going to have your ability to charge. Here's where you're going to plug in if you want to use that DC fast charger. And to close this, there's a button right here. And I'm just going to push that and let you see it happen in real time. It's a little slow, but not too bad. Here is your key fob with lock, unlock, remote start. You can open and close your power tailgate. I'm going to have the Cadillac logo on the back. Obviously, the panic button is there too. And as I mentioned earlier, you've got the deployable door handles just so you can see those in action. Here is how they work, just like that. Now, let's come back here to the rear. You've got your power tailgate right here, the lift gate as Cadillac calls it. You can kick your foot under the bumper just like that and open that up. There's a few different ways you can do that. You can touch the logo, you can use the remote, you can do whatever you want to with that. Towing comes in at 3,500 pounds, and your cargo capacity is going to range between 28 cubic feet all the way up to 60.8 cubic feet. And here is how we're going to lower our rear seats. You have the button right here. That's going to just drop that right down. Does the same thing on that side. Now, these don't raise back up automatically. You have to do that by hand. We're going to have the 12-volt power outlet right here and nice, bright LED lighting here in the rear that's going to illuminate this cargo area very well. Not a whole lot to talk about under the floor right here. Obviously, you don't have a spare tire. That's nothing unusual for an EV. One more thing is you do have your light right here that's going to also help to illuminate this area after dark. Plenty of room will greet your back seat passengers. It's nice and comfortable back here. Plenty of leg space. We're going to have the panoramic sunroof right here. I do have the shade closed, but obviously you open that up. That reveals your sunroof. The front portion will open. All of that's going to be here. Let's talk about the door panel. We'll show you the door panel over there on the passenger side. Plenty of room as far as the armrest goes. You see the speaker that's part of the door. You can also unlock the doors, lock the doors, and actually roll the window down, bring the window down, bring it back up, whatever you need to do. And you can see that you have the bottle holder right there, or door bin as far as that goes. We're also going to have the fold down armrest with the cup holders built in right here, nothing out of the ordinary. And something that I know a lot of you are wondering about that's important to you. Number one, yes, you can check off the box for your rear air conditioning vents, a little bit of storage space above that. And then we have our connectivity options down here in the way of USB ports. And there's the power outlet. For storage, we're going to have the rear seat pockets on the back of each seat and tons of headspace, leg room, very comfortable back here. The sticker price is $76,185. When you hop in, here's how you bring everything to life. You'll notice the dash starts coming on, everything comes on. You're pretty much ready to go. You're going to have to get rid of a few little things here real fast for you, but it's going to sense the key fob that way, and you're going to get in, and then you can go ahead and go into drive and go down the road. Now, we have the digital rear view mirror right here with all of the adjustments. Depending on what you need to do, you can adjust everything with your buttons right here on the right. We go to our next option to zoom in and zoom out, and then we can change the angle. And if you don't like that, get that to a good angle again, you can turn that off with the lever underneath. It's often used on mirrors for dimming. We'll go up here to the upper console. You can see everything that you have here as far as your different buttons go. There's the button to control your sunroof and shade. All that stuff's going to be here. Got your lights, all of that. Now, we'll work our way down and work our way to the dash area and see what we have going on. Some very slim air conditioning vents, but they still put out plenty of air. We'll work our way across, and I'm going to open the glove box for you. There's a button, or I shouldn't say button, an option on the screen that allows you to actually do that. So if you're looking for something to do that by hand, it's not actually there. And you can see that you have everything for your seats, all of your adjustments. The heated and ventilated functionality will be over there. Also seat memory, large armrest, door bin, all of that's going to be here. All of the functions that I know you're looking for are here. Now let's go over here to the driver's door, and you can see that we have the same things over here. Here's the button I pushed to fold those mirrors in, and you can actually go in and set that in your center screen to where they automatically fold and unfold depending on what you want when you lock and unlock the vehicle. Lock and unlock controls for your mirrors. We're going to have our power windows, one touch down, one touch up at every single door, and then we've got the release for our door right here, our door handle. Pull up on that, and then you can get right out. Right here is the control for your power tailgate if you want to open that, or lift gate back there, and our door bin is right here. And you can see some of our other features here, such as lane keeping assist. You've got your auto hold for your brakes. You can use one pedal driving if you want to. I prefer to just turn that off. You can go with normal or even upgrade that to a higher setting. And what that means is when you take your foot off the power pedal, the vehicle automatically starts slowing down. It's using regenerative braking to help keep the charge capacity of the battery up as high as possible, as long as possible. You do have Super Cruise here. All your controls for Super Cruise and adaptive cruise control right there, and then everything else you need is over here depending on what you need to do. As far as your different features go, you can go through all of that. And this is your shifter. We're just going to put our foot on the brake, we pull back on that, and we can go into drive, we can go into reverse. You can see the cameras come up. You can go into park right there. And here is your multi-function turn signal lever. So you can use it as a blinker control or turn signal lever. This controls your wipers on the front, and this is actually, if you have your digital rearview mirror, you look at that, it's dirty, look at that. It actually sprays some windshield washer fluid right across to help out with that. By the way, this is a heated steering wheel as well. And here is the center screen. Now, it's all one continuous screen between the driver's display and the center screen. As you can see, I like how everything is angled towards the driver over here on the right-hand side of this area, so it's more driver focused. Now, let me show you something that is very nice here. If you want to, you can come right here to Energy Info, and if you see something that you'd like to have on your driver's display that isn't currently there, all you have to do is come in here and select it and go Add to Driver Display, and that's automatically going to show up. You can see it right over here now. Shows up nicely. A very nice looking display, by the way. I really like what Cadillac has done where that is concerned. And then if we want to remove that, it's just as simple as doing the same thing one more time. We come back out of there, and we can go over here and add whatever we need to, see whatever we need to, depends on the situation of what you're dealing with. But you can come in here and make any changes that you want to. And then as far as your drive modes go, here's what you're going to have. You've got Tour, Sport, Snow and Ice, and then you have My Mode, where you can automatically come in and set things up to be automatic, depending on what you want with the motor sound and whatever you need, the brake feel, all of that. You have a couple of different options where everything is concerned. And then we're going to select Home right there to go back. You've got My Cadillac, Google Assistant. You can say, hey, you know who. I'm not going to say it right now, but you know how that works. Endless commands, questions, all that stuff's going to be there. And you have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Yes, that is here. How about our camera views? I briefly showed you that earlier. We've got that overhead view. You've got side. You've got your hitch view if you want to tow that 3,500 pounds worth of trailer. And then overhead, and we actually have the different views here depending on what we need to see. There's our front view, and all you're doing is changing right here to go to those different views. We can go to our standard view with the different views as far as our rear view and our front view. All of that's going to be here, and that's how easy it is to deal with. And we select exit right there to get out of that area. When we go into settings, you can see all of the different settings that you have here depending on what you want to find and adjust. We're going to come back here to Vehicle and cover a couple of things. You've got audio settings if you want to do that. I know that's very important to a lot of people. Here's where you're going to do that. And then we're going to come back out of this area. Drive mode customization. You've got valet mode, teen driver mode, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive. All of that's going to be here. You've got your Super Cruise lane change right there if you want that to be automatic, or if you want to use your turn signal and do that yourself. Whatever you want to do, you can use the turn signal activated option there. It just depends on your desires. And then we come back out of here. We're going to go here to vehicle and then go back to something that I know is very important to a lot of people. And that's going to be our collision and detection systems. Ultimately, your safety features, the driving aids. You've got your alert type, forward collision avoidance, front pedestrian braking, intersection collision braking, side bicyclist alert, without the tongue twist, lane change alert, reverse automatic braking, and then you're going to have park assist, rear cross traffic braking, and last but not least, rear pedestrian alert. A lot going on where that's concerned, but don't let that fool you and make you think that this is complicated. Now, something else I do want to show you here. We're going to come right here. Here's a lot of the safety, or just different features. I shouldn't say safety features, but your features overall that you might wonder about. Where are they? Such as activating your child safety locks. When it's illuminated like this, that means it's on. When it's that white color right there, that means it's turned off. Traction control, the same way. Your auto high beams, you'll come here to turn that on and off. Personally, I'd like to have some physical controls for some of these things. You can see what all you can do here, and you even have more controls. Depending on what you need to do, you can come in here. As far as your lights go, this is where you're going to come to actually turn on your exterior lighting. You can set it to auto, which is obviously the best thing, because then you don't have to worry about it. You can also turn your auto high beams on and off right here. Same thing with your dome lights. As far as that goes, you can do that, and we can turn them on ourselves manually as well. But it just depends on your personal preference. Now, we'll work our way down and see those air conditioning vents I talked about earlier. I like that you have physical controls. It's nice that this is not something that's in the screen. You can still control everything right here. That works really well. And then we're going to have this little area right here, just a little hideaway drawer if you want to take advantage of that. And the pass-through down here offers a lot of extra storage space. You can see what else we have here as far as that goes. And then we work our way up. We're going to have that nice decorative finish around our cup holders. We've got everything right here for controlling the volume for the radio. If we want to do that, we can mute that, do whatever we want to with that. We can also use this control right here, the trackpad. Ultimately, we can actually go through everything without touching the screen. So if you're like Monk and you don't want fingerprints on your screen, guess what? You can do that. And when you get to something you want to select, you just push down right there on that dial and it lets you go in. Obviously, you can get back out with your back button right there. Pretty easy to deal with. And something I really like here is the design of the wireless charging pad. In my GMC 2500, my phone tends to disconnect a lot on the wireless charging pad because it just doesn't have a way to stay stuck to it as well as it should. Here, it does a great job. I hope we see that in the future with some of the Chevrolet and GMC trucks, as opposed to what we have right now, at least in a version like mine. Now, the center console lid can be used as an armrest. It can also open up just like this, and then there's a little bit of stuff in there. Don't ever know what's going to be in there when we open these. But notice you'll have a little more in the way of connectivity beyond what we've already shown you. There is your 12-volt power outlet. A little bit of space. Obviously, that comes out. Not the largest center console, but just to show you what's here so you know. How about your audio? It's the AKG 23 speaker system, and it sounds great. Here's a sampling. I hope that sounds as good for you through whatever audio source you're listening with to watch the video as it does for us in person. It does sound phenomenal. And there it is, the 2026 Cadillac LYRIQ Premium Sport, the ultimate tour, hitting the major high points. I know we didn't cover everything, but we covered the most important things that I know you'd like to know about. Tell me what you think about this LYRIQ down in the comments section. I would like to say a special thanks to our friends at Orr Cadillac for loaning us this LYRIQ for the day so we could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That's very helpful to us and greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.